add to the? Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask a follow-up question about the OpenSSF baseline thing. Have you?
That can wait till the open discussion section of the
Yeah,
agenda.
yeah, for sure.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the July 15th weekly SIG release meeting. My name is Jeremy, and I'll be the host today. Before we get started, just a reminder that this meeting is covered by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which basically boils down to be excellent to one another. Thank you, Kat, for updating the agenda. We basically have none, so we'll run through the subproject updates, and then we can talk about the topic that was just mentioned, the OpenSSF stuff. I don't have any updates on that, but when we get there, we can chat about it. Is there anybody that's new that would like to introduce themselves? All right, we'll move into subproject updates, and I think the only real subproject updates here are going to be from the release team and patch releases. Currently, I am cutting the July patch releases. We are only doing 133, 132, and 131. 130 was end of life last month, so we are not doing any more releases for Kubernetes.
RIP.
Yep, RIP. It had a good run, for sure. So far, the patch releases look like they're going okay. I don't see any major issues so far. The jobs just finished for mock staging, so I'll kick off mock release and then we'll proceed from there. Hopefully, we're done fairly early today. Don't run into any blockers. Any questions about patch releases? All right. Any updates for release team?
Nope. The release is going fine. There's been no real drama. We're Gucci. There are no dramatic deadlines coming up this week, so we have nothing to say.
Is a beta cut scheduled for this week?
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay. Cool. So look forward to that one. Looks like there was a thread in release management about the go no-go symbol, so follow up with that. But I think otherwise we'll expect it to go through tomorrow.
Yep.
Any other release team questions? All right, we can move on to open topics now. Victor, I think you wanted to talk about OpenSSF baseline.
Yeah, I brought up that question last time and shared the document in the channel. I just don't know whether you have got around to read a little bit and see whether that's something that is applicable in this group.
So we did a little, or at least I did. I also talked to SIG Security. The overwhelming majority of stuff within that document is out of scope for SIG release. Some of it could conceivably be in scope for SIG release, but most of it is not. And ultimately, this is not a call that I think any one SIG can make. You need to have this discussion with the steering committee. Most of that is SIG Security's purview, not ours. But this needs to be discussed with steering, not with SIG release.
Oh, okay. In that case, well, I'll keep it in the SIG security then for now.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
so for context, Victor, I'm a steering committee member, SIG release chair, as well as an OpenSSF technical advisory council member. Can you give me a bit more context about your interest in the baseline?
Yeah, actually, Eddie started the baseline, right? So it's still being worked on into more of a governance framework. So originally, the reason I actually interested in this is to adapt it to AI. So in OpenSSF, in the AI/ML group, we are trying to adapt the baseline into AI security baseline, product security baseline. But in order to understand, for the specific project, how it goes, I want to, because I've been participating in the security before. So I think it's good to see how the baseline applies to Kubernetes overall, and then from that, probably eventually, understand,
Victor, I think we
security.
lost there. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. In short, it's one, I guess one, one, because OpenSSF security baseline, a baseline is more generic, not project specific. I want to use the Kubernetes as I guess one place to try to apply that principle and at the same time learn how AI baseline should be look like.
Yeah, so I think I would disambiguate the two concerns, right? There is, I think, one, an interest and a need for Kubernetes to understand where it fits within the baseline, um, because this is something that we'll see kind of. So we're basically, we as OpenSSF, with my OpenSSF hat on, are looking at the baseline in the context of the maturity model for the projects that are within OpenSSF. Um, that is meant to be a bit of a pilot program. The expectation is that uh, foundations across the Linux Foundation will need to adhere to the baseline at some point, right? So it's a thing that Kubernetes needs to do, right? Or understand what is and isn't applicable there, right? The second concern that you have or interest that you have is around the security baseline as it applies to AI. I would say that that conversation is out of scope for Kubernetes and especially for the SIG. The correct places to I think have that conversation are around the AI ML working groups within OpenSSF, as well as the Orbit working group that was recently chartered. That is the working group that the security baseline is under right now. So that's the correct place to have that conversation.
Yeah, that's where the primary discussion is right now. Yeah, so it is happening there. I'm just trying to, I guess, using the discussion in the Kubernetes ecosystem to understand the current baseline, how does it work, and get any kind of feedback in a way, and in turn, because I'm mostly involved in the AI kind of discussion within Kubernetes ecosystem as well. So that will help me like just basically see how the baseline works in the security SIG, and then in turn, any new discussion about AI, how can I translate what's been discussed in the current baseline into AI security? Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it is already happening as you're describing. It is happening in the OpenSSF AI security AML working group at this point.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure that those two topics are separate. They're separate and distinct, and the AI topic is definitely not in scope for this SIG.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. So,
Thanks,
but
Victor.
anyway, I will bring that discussion back to the SIG security since it's not in scope here. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. And I'm happy to have that conversation with Eddie and the team over on the OpenSSF side.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Any other topics that we want to go over today? All right. Don't hear any, so we'll give folks back some time today. Stay tuned for updates on the patch releases. You can monitor release management if you're interested, but we'll send announcements when those are done if you're interested in the patch releases.
Woo,
All right.
go patches.
Woo.
Ooh, even.
Ooh, woo.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.